What up, Casey? Just woke up. But yeah, life is God's magic, bruh. Yeah. Life is God's magic. Let's say how people grow or whatever. That's God's magic. How we breathe, how we wake up. That is God's magic. Like how can everything work? It's God's magic. How does technology work? It's God's magic. How does electricity do this or do that? Or how does it power up the phone to be able to do stuff or whatever? How does everything built in a phone or computer or device or car, or how does gas or whatever make a car run, or how does electricity make a car run, etc.? How does anything work? How does anything work? It's the magic in it that God created in it to make it work, to make it, do what it does. And I just woke up from a dream me preaching about this, telling this dude he was on the phone with a girl. He had this business or whatever. He's gonna pay the girl $100 a hour on some. I forgot. I don't even know what the business was, to be honest. Like fixing some type of whatever stuff. I don't even know the hell, but yeah. And I told him what to say to her about preaching the truth and stuff. And he was actually doing this one dude or whatever. But yeah, that's what it is. It's magic. It's magic. It's magic. It is all God's divine magic. And for people to believe in science, they're actually being deceived. They're being deceived. Y'all being deceived to believe in that science bullshit, because science ain't gonna teach you this. School ain't gonna teach you this because they want you. The fallen angels created school. The fallen angels created all that bullshit in science. The fallen angels created that shit because they want you to burn in hell. They want your soul to burn in hell. Yeah, that's just common sense shit. So let's keep doing this video. They want your soul in hell with them, bruh. With them. The fallen angels, Satan, he wants your soul in hell with him. Yeah. It gets deep. It gets way too deep, man. It gets way too deep. Way too deep. And that's the truth. That's just the brutal, honest fucking truth, bruh. Brutal, honest fucking truth. So yeah, life is magic, bruh. Life is magic. How does the sun work? How does the earth work? How does it work? How does fire work? How does anything work? God's divine magic, bruh. It's God's divine magic, How does animals have these supernatural strengths? How does a bird fly, bruh? God's divine magic, bruh. Magic, bruh. It's God's divine magic. Bruh. So for y'all to think, angels don't work, okay, angels don't be a thing, or God doesn't be a thing, y'all just see, because guess what? There's God's divine magic and everything. Magic is everywhere. How the fuck are you living, bruh? How the fuck are you living, nigga? God's divine magic, bruh. You poof, and then you existing. How the hell you poof and then you brought into existence? God's divine magic, bruh. God's divine magic. That's God's divine magic. You just poof, you here. Poof, you created and you here. Yeah. How does semen make you to go into? How does all that even work, bro? God's divine magic. See, what does science do? Oh yeah, science is gonna explain. Okay, yeah, the cum does this and does that. And then, bro, you're not explaining nothing. You're not even explaining shit. You're not even explaining anything, bro. All you're just doing is saying, oh, this does that. You're not even explaining nothing. You're not explaining why it does that. Why does it do that? Why does it do that? Because it's God's divine magic that allows that to do that. Dumbass, you just explaining what it does, but you're not saying, oh, yeah, Why does it do that? Why does that doing that do that? Why does doing that do that? Because it's God's divine magic. Example. Why does they explain, okay, yeah, this gold being in this device of technology does the conduction or whatever, electricity, whatever the fuck. It doesn't explain why it does that though. Because it's the magic in it. It's the divine magic in it. That's just common sense shit, bro. Common freaking sense, bro. I gotta take a dookie or shit or something. But yeah. That's just common sense. I might end this. But yeah. That's just the reality. That's just the reality, and that's what life is all about, man. That's what life is really all about, and people gotta understand that. People gotta understand, you know, we living inside the matrix, bro. And I ain't nothing but a glitch inside the matrix. I ain't nothing but a glitch inside this matrix, bro. And I'm trying to see God. I'm trying to see God face outside the matrix. I'm trying to see what God look like in the end too. I'm trying to meet God. I'm trying to meet the real black Jesus. I'm trying to get, you know, God, my damn self. Like, literally, that's what I'm trying to do. You know, I'm trying to, you know, make it to heaven, bro. Make it to realms outside the matrix in heaven, bro. Inside this heavenly realms, bro. I'm trying to get all these gifts for what I've been doing, bro. You know, I'm trying to earn my blessings, bro. I ain't trying to burn in no hell with everybody else. What kind of shit is that? What kind of shit is that, bro? Burning hell with everybody else, man. Everybody know this shit real. Everybody with common fucking sense know this shit real. If you don't believe this shit real, you just being used by the devil, and you a witch, bro. You a devil worshiper. You a devil worshiper, bro. Everybody know this shit, bro. All these celebrities, bro. Like Patrick said, bro. They look up to motherfuckers like us, bro. They look up to people of God, bro. I got some dookie of breath in this morning, bro. But yeah, for real. For real, I'm like, God is too powerful for y'all motherfuckers to box him in, bro, and say, oh, God is this, God is that, God is this. See, religion, they ain't gonna tell you this shit. Religion, Christianity, pagan religion and Christianity, all these stupid religions, bro, they ain't gonna tell you this information. School, church, religion, all that stuff ain't gonna tell you this shit because they some devil worshippers, bro. They some devil worshippers in that shit, bro. I'm telling you what I know. They some devil worshippers and they're witches, bro. They're secret witches and devil worshippers, bro. I'm telling you what I know, bro. So get away from all that stuff. Get away from that's why God said not to follow. This is why Jesus said, don't follow the fucking world, bro. Don't follow the world, because guess what? Following your Christianity and religion and all these religions is following the world, man. We already know. Jesus said not to follow Christianity or call yourself a Christian. Jesus said don't, come on, it's common sense, bro. Jesus even said that stuff. If you really read and understand, you're not supposed to follow religion. Jesus said, oh, don't follow religion, because guess what? The religious people went against him, and Jesus went against the religious people. So Jesus basically saying, don't be a Christian. Don't be this, don't be that, because guess what? Jesus went against all that stuff. Like I said in past clips too, like Jesus went against Christianity before Christianity was even formed. There was Christianity before Christianity was formed, bro. Yeah, if you really use common sense, yeah, you know. Because Jesus never was for any religion. Jesus was never for any religion whatsoever. Common sense shit. Common freaking sense. Why would Jesus be for religion when religion demonizes you and possesses you by demons, bro? Man. And the Pharisees were saying Jesus was being possessed by demons, when the Pharisees were the ones being possessed by Satan. Being used by Satan, bro. I would have told the Pharisees, y'all the ones using witchcraft and being, come on, because that's what they were, bro. They're witches, bro. The Pharisees were nothing but witches, bro. Yep, and they called Jesus a witch, bro. Yep, they all called Jesus a witch. They were witches, bro. The Pharisees were fucking witches, bro. They were witches, bro. They were straight up witches, bro. Listening to everything the fallen angels told them in their fucking head, bro. Witches, bro. Witches, bro. The Pharisees, witches, bro. Shame on them motherfuckers, bro. Shame on them, bro. And y'all ain't nothing but a bunch of Judases too out there. Y'all ain't nothing but a bunch of psychopath Judases being played by me and Jesus and God. All over again, repeating history like that, like repeating that history from the Bible, bro. Y'all some idiots, bro. Y'all some clowns. Y'all need some fucking help, bro. Y'all need to stop smoking your sister sits. Yeah, pussies. Pussies. Yeah, that's what I thought. Much love. Peace.